Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
There are more than 2,700 parking spots in downtown Nanaimo. Today on Go, we're talking parking.
From quiet and shy to outgoing thanks to a power wheelchair, looking out for extreme weather, and high tech at the library.
You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Nobody likes getting a parking ticket, and everybody thinks that they can get a spot just right there where they want it immediately. Today, we're going to cruise the streets of downtown Nanaimo with Wally Taylor. He's a Bylaw Enforcement Officer. And while you give out tickets, if we have any tickets to give away, give out, I brought some quarters, and I might kind of plug some meters, and people are honking at us downtown here. How many tickets do you give out in a day, do you think?
Oh, it varies. Some days 5, some days 25. It depends on what's going on downtown. It depends on how many other bylaw calls we have, and it depends just on the nature of people. Yeah.
And you're not a mean guy. I don't think anybody really envies the position of meter maid or ticket guy, because you're kind of, you don't make people's day happy.
No, but we do a whole lot more than that. And
right.
You know what? We try to educate the public more than we do punish the public. Yeah, because we do deal with a lot of parking complaints in the downtown core, and we try to bring about resolution to them.
Okay, so we're going to go out today.
Yeah, and it's going to be your lucky day.
All right.
Because you are going to become an honorary bylaw officer for the day.
Awesome, watch out.
You're going to see what we do and how we do it.
Okay.
And
there's no
why
quota.
we do it.
There's no quota. I'm not looking to give out a certain number of tickets at all.
We have no quota whatsoever. We just try and be effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we can give as many warnings as we do tickets, because sometimes warnings are just as effective as a ticket.
Right. Okay, we're going to talk parking tickets today on Go Island. We're starting off though with an inspirational story about a young man who was pretty quiet and reserved until he got his hands on a power wheelchair. The Show of Hearts Telethon runs right here on Shaw TV and Global this weekend. Wally, how are these people doing? First of all, we're on Commercial Street.
Yeah,
right?
Commercial Street's a very popular street. We patrol it a lot, and we look for a lot of different things. We look for vehicles that are more than 30 centimeters from the curb.
Okay, I use that the cement line usually as the marker.
That's very close, yes.
Okay.
Some of these vehicles along here were also marked earlier to indicate that they could be here for more than 2 hours.
Okay.
Because we like to have a high turnover in this free parking area downtown.
Right.
We also look for expired plate decals. We look for new damage to vehicles. We look for accidents. We just look for...
What do you do if you see some new damage?
If it's new damage, we'll take photos and we'll forward it to the RCMP right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this does not look good.
Exactly. Good eye, Bylaw Officer Bergen.
Thank you.
So now what we have here is this vehicle was chalked at probably, almost almost 3 hours ago. So what we'll do, do you think we should write a ticket or a warning?
I'm a bit of a softie sometimes. Let's go soft. Let's give him a warning.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to write him a warning for section 4 sub 28, which is park on street exceeding the time limit. And as you can see on a lot of the posts downtown, it's all marked 2 hour. And wherever there's a gray curb and it's 2 hour time limit, it's a 2 hour time limit.
Okay, and there's a no repeat zone in effect too. So you can't just move your car up a half a wheel length and think that that's going to get you off the hook.
Exactly, yeah. You're not allowed to return to the same block within the same 2 hours. You have to go either to one of the parkades for the rest of the day or to outside that area.
Okay, and this is going to cost the guy...
This is going to be a 0 today. It's his lucky day.
And is it your discretion entirely as to whether you give a warning or a ticket?
Yes, it's entirely at our discretion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no commission basis or bonus for the number of tickets you give out?
I wish. Yeah. No, not at all. Sometimes we will issue a ticket if it's a complaint-based issue. If we have a number of complaints from a downtown business or citizen, then the warnings will run out. Also, on our handheld units, it reflects if the person has got warnings in the past. And you can only get so many warnings.
Right, before you're taking advantage.
Yes.
So we put this on the front then?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that. And you were saying earlier, I think, Wally, that Nanaimo's pretty good. Like, people follow the rules. They plug their meters, which I still hope to do a bit later on.
The compliance level in Nanaimo is higher than a lot of other communities in the province. We've talked to bylaw officers from throughout the province, and when they do walkabouts with us in the downtown core, they're amazed at the meters that are plugged and loaded, and the high turnover of vehicles and the lack of chalk. Like, for instance, we just walked the whole length of Commercial Street, and how many vehicles did we see with tires chalked?
One. And the price, I mean, you can still plug a dime into the meter in Nanaimo?
Quarters.
No, quarters only, I'm informed. So I'm glad I'm stocked up on quarters today. Hasn't been that long though since dimes were accepted in parking meters in downtown Nanaimo. We're going to take a short break and we'll keep wandering the streets with Wally a bit later on.
Still to come today on Go, a passion for predicting extreme weather and Technology Tuesdays at the Waterfront Library.
Hi, I'm Peggy Baker, and did you know that Crimson Coast Dance has presented more than 250 performances, dance performances in Nanaimo over the past 17 years?
Today, I'm an honorary bylaw enforcement officer, and I'm being soft today. This woman's meter just started flashing, which means her 5-minute grace period is over. Instead of roping in Wally to give her a ticket, I'm going to plug her meter and make her day. 25 cents is going to give you 30 minutes, and we were told that some municipalities actually open them up and reset them if the spots are empty. They don't do that here in Nanaimo. They just let people maybe have a break and pull into a spot with time left on the meter. So we're having lots of fun today. We're going to throw things over to Kelly Robinson, introducing us to a young man who has a real passion for extreme weather. We're here in the Front Street Parkade. It is public parking and it's super cheap. It's 50 cents an hour. Pretty hard to beat that rate if you have to pay for parking, but some people forget for whatever reason. And Wally's over there. Did you find anything, Wally?
Actually, Kate, come on over here. I'll show you one. It's
Okay,
very
you
interesting.
found a good example. Careful, don't get hit by a car or anything. Thank you.
That's what's good about the parkade. You can always hear cars coming because everything echoes here.
Yeah.
So anyhow, let's go have a look at this car.
Okay, this guy has been here for a while or what?
Yeah, well actually what it is, it's a bit confusing. He's got
Holy, look at all the tickets he's got on his desk.
He's got about 15 different tickets, but he doesn't have one for today. So
Do you think that's a purposeful decoy to confuse you?
Don't know. So he might be trying to confuse us, or there's one up here that's upside down. Maybe he just threw it in at the last minute. But you can read the other ones, some of the dates and stuff like that.
I'd be tempted to open the door and turn it over, but you can't do that. You can't enter cars.
No. So what we're going to do is I'm going to issue him a ticket, and I'm going to put a note on it and say, if you do have a valid ticket for today, bring it into the office and we'll deal with it.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm going to put all his information in our computer.
And what information are you putting in there?
Well, the license plate number, the type of vehicle, the year of expiry, and then we can put in personal notes under the public comments as well as the color of the car, what we observe in the car, and then we also take a bunch of photos as well. So,
really?
Yeah, so then what we do is we hit our print button on here, and it's going to spit out a ticket here.
Wow.
So this person is going to get a ticket for failing to display their permit, because we have no idea if this person has paid or not.
And that's going to cost them $30?
It's a $22.50 ticket. If they pay it after, if they take more than 14 days to pay it, it goes up to $30.
Okay.
So yeah, 50 cents would have been a lot better deal than $22.50.
Right. It would even be worth it to like leave the event that you're at and come back, or just pay more than you think you're going to need because it's still cheaper than that.
Definitely.
Do you feel like a meanie right now?
No, you're going to be the meanie because you're going to get to put it under the windshield wiper.
Okay. All right.
And like I said, with this,
you're anonymous most of the time. I'm not. I don't know if this is fair.
Anyhow, like I said, I'm going to put a note on this one to say, if he does have a valid ticket for today, like that one that's flipped over, if that's for January 22nd, bring it in and we'll cancel the ticket.
See, bylaw enforcement officers, not such bad guys, and neither am I, but come on, pay the meter. We'll be back with more on Go Island after a short break. Wally Taylor is a bylaw enforcement officer with the city of Nanaimo. You're such a nice guy. We saw a lady parked away from the curb, like this far away from the curb, and I was like, give her a ticket. And you were like, no, she's not really, you know, obstructing the lane of traffic. We'll let her off with a warning today.
Is my boss going to see this part? It was just a small car and she wasn't affecting the lane of traffic. If she had been out further into the lane, causing vehicles to go across the yellow line, she definitely would have got a ticket.
So it's not about being a jerk. It's about keeping things safe and keeping traffic moving in the way that it should be, which is one of the reasons why when it comes to fire hydrants, no warnings. You park in front of a fire hydrant and you're going to get a ticket.
Exactly, and like I said, we're very concerned with downtown safety and order. And so, example, when we look around this intersection, we can see the yellow curbs everywhere because this is a dangerous intersection if people start parking wherever they want. Fire hydrants are always marked by yellow curbs. You can't be within 6 meters of them. As well, there's always a buffer by the crosswalks, as we just saw, so people can't park by crosswalks and
behind us over here, there's a lot of white curbs, and that's commercial zone, right?
White curbs, they indicate either commercial zones or handicap zones, and it's a $35 fine for parking in a commercial zone. This commercial zone here is very important. It's in the center of our downtown core. There's a ton of deliveries that go on all day, right from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. Businesses getting deliveries and stuff. So we try to keep our commercial zones clear, and people are really starting to get the message. We've walked up and down the street a couple times, and there's been a couple vehicles in there, but they left right away. I think when they saw us. Do people hide from you? When they see you, do they run, or do they, hide their eyes and try not to make eye contact? You're the guy they don't want to see. No, right? But it's funny. Every now and then you do see some people walking a lot quicker to try and get to their car before we do, because they know their time's out or whatever. So you get to see that after a while. And the people that you know and the people that you interact with on a daily basis, a real enhancement to the enjoyment of your job, I would imagine. Oh, for sure. And you know what? A lot of the downtown people realize that we work for the city of Nanaimo, and hopefully we can help answer their questions, give them directions. All the downtown bylaw officers know the city and they know it very well. So they ask us all the time for restaurant recommendations and maps and where to go and where to find things and what buildings are what. So we get a lot of feedback to the people. Good, thanks, Wally. It's been about a year now since the city took over the enforcement of parking downtown. Robbins used to do it earlier. It is now done by the city, and so far so good. Lots of positive feedback. We're going to head actually right over there to the Vancouver Island Regional Library downtown branch. Derek Johnstone is standing by. We're ending this edition of Go Island where we started inside now the Community Services Policing Office here at 18 Victoria Crescent. And you should check this out. There's a wall of shame. This guy probably knows that it's not okay to park there, but does it anyways. Looks like the back of the Port Theatre. And then just because you drive a motorcycle like these guys or girls up here doesn't mean that you can park wherever you want. You might, probably will, should get a ticket for that. Especially, oh, look at this, Todd, I just noticed. No parking, a big red sign, no parking. So yeah, I hope Wally's not feeling too kind and does give you a ticket if you park like that. If you have questions on parking within the downtown city limits, ParkSmart is a good resource, www.dnbia.ca/parking. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island. We'll see you next time. And now I have to give up my coat. It was fun.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kait's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.